Hello there guys, Francis Gray here, and today I'd like to show you all a new sculpture. This is my 6th time sculpting, and it's of the character Shay Cormac from the ever awesome Assassin's Creed franchise. He's from the game Assassin's Creed Rogue. If you haven't played it yet, I strongly suggest that you hunt one down because it's a fantastic game. It's probably one of the better games in the franchise, but saying that, I've enjoyed them all. But it really is a good game. This is the first time that you play like the main role as a Templar, so you're a Templar assassin. Quite a lot of people, or quite a lot of fans, were a little bit knocked off by that. Were a bit like, oh, I don't want to play as a Templar, but it actually it explains why. I'm not going to spoil anything for you, but yeah, it explains why he becomes a Templar, and it's a really good storyline. It bridges Assassin's Creed 4 to Assassin's Creed 3. I know that's going backwards, but that's how the games are made, in what order they're made. So I hope that makes sense. So basically it just connects it nicely. And so what I decided to do was I decided to sculpt a Shay to add to my collection, because I collect Assassin's Creed statues. And the reason I decided to sculpt one is because I think, unfortunately, Ubisoft Collectibles hasn't made a statue on Shay yet, and as a fan, I couldn't believe that. I couldn't believe that they haven't brought him out yet. They probably do have plans to bring one out eventually, but me being a little bit impatient and already having my sights set on sculpting a Shay, I decided to make one now before they make an official one. So he measures just over 13 inches tall, and he's made of mainly Aves Apoxie modelling clay, but there's also a little bit of Super Sculpey modelling clay in there as well. I'll try and focus down. So we have his gun. That is scratch build. That's half mixture. Basically, the main part to it is modelling clay. All these end parts are modelling clay. The trigger part is actually a little bit from an old clock, a little metal bit from an old clock. This part, the guard, is bent metal, just reshaped via pliers, and then 2 holes drilled and then glued in place. The main barrels to it are just drinking straws, and the ends there are just sculpted on. The knife, let's see if I can, there we go. The knife is actually a knife from an old Action Man doll that I bought in a charity shop. That's more or less just as it is, as it comes. The only thing that I sculpted on it was the head to it, and the only reason I did that was because I also scratch built the sword. And the thing with Shay is he has a matching set. Whatever sword choice you choose in the game, it's like the main sword and the small dagger match. So I've tried to paint them up to match as much as possible. So basically the sword, focus further down as well so that you can see the sword. So basically the main sword itself, I actually found like a old unwanted, like a bit of a model, I suppose, of a knight, or a Templar knight, funnily enough. It had been knocked about a bit. It looked like the sword had already been broken because it had a big crack in the top part here. So I decided that it would work fantastic for this. So I got a long, thin, round piece of wood, cut a groove into it, and then hot glued the blade, which is made of resin, into the wood, and then added some small wire around the side of it to act as one, to help keep it in place for the glue, and 2, when I go to sculpt over it, the wire acts as a bit of an armature to sculpt round. Same with the head there. and once it was painted, I just basically drilled a hole into the back side of the sword, added a long thin piece of metal, and then drilled the hole into Shay's side, so it'll just basically fit on. I also did the same with his 2 muskets on the back there. Basically they're just sculpted. The only part that was added, not sculpted, was the barrels. Same again, drinking straw. Same drinking straw from the actual rifle. And the parts here to the triggers. Basically that was just a bit of hollowed out round bit of plastic that I found. So I just basically cut it in half and then added one half there and then the other half on that side. The base is just a wooden base that I found had a statue on it. Same again from a charity shop. Basically, I just sculpted the broken up Assassin's Creed logo on there. Drilled 2 holes through there so I could pin Shay to the base. Added these little square things going all the way around to give it a bit more of like a Templar look rather than just like an Assassin's look. The broken up Assassin's Creed logo is the actual logo that they give to the actual game, which is supposed to represent that the Assassin's Guild is broken, or that Shay's broken away from them. The actual wedding rogue, I just basically put a square bit of Aves Apoxie modelling clay on there, and I got a stamping tool that you're usually supposed to use for cake decoration. So I basically just wrote on rogue and then just stamped it in there, let it harden, and then just took some sandpaper to it and sanded it all down. Super glued it back on, and then it works really nice for a brand new scratch built base. The only other part that was added and not sculpted was actual Shay's face. That is actually from a unwanted Action Man doll. The Action Man doll actually had spiky hair, so I had to cut the hair off. So it's basically just the face and the ears that I kept. I added that on, super glued that on. What I did was I drilled a hole into the sculpture, added a piece of wood, added some wire around it, super glued it, left it to dry, and then I put some modelling clay into the back of the Action Man's face, pushed it on till it looks like it fit naturally, left it to dry, and then once it dried, I just sculpted up and over it. Basically made him bald, left that to dry, and then once that dried, I then sculpted the hair onto it and the ponytail. I also added Shay's scar over his right eye, trademark scar, and I thought it worked out really nice. Obviously repainted it all. The original Action Man was just like a really bad paint job to it all. The only other part that I made rather than just sculpted out with clay was the Templar cross. Basically, with the Jack Sparrow model, he was supposed to be looking at a cursed Aztec gold coin, and obviously I needed something else that mattered to Shay's character, and I decided to make him look at a Templar logo. So to me, it's kind of like he's looking at it and he's weighing up his options. Like, did I make the right choices? You know, am I where I'm supposed to be? Should I try and go back to the Assassins? Should I continue down the road of being a Templar? So yeah, I thought that really spoke out for the character, which works really well rather than I don't know, just putting a bit of a gold coin there like Jack Sparrow was supposed to have had. So everything else is sculpted. Like I said, this is only my 6th time sculpting. So professional sculptors out there look at this and they'll probably be like, "Oh, I could have done that better," or I'd have done that a different way. I understand that. I'm not saying he's perfect. By far, he's not. But to say that it's, I'm only like mediocre when it comes to sculpting, and I want to get better. So but you only get better by keep doing it. So so I decided to make my own Shay rather than to hope and wait for Ubisoft to actually get around to making one. If they still make one, I'm still going to go out and buy that as well because I love the character. But besides that, there's nothing else much more to say about this sculpt, about this character. If you have any questions, please write in the comments below. Please don't forget to share on Facebook and Twitter and etc. because it really helps me out, guys. Every time you share, I get new people subscribing, which is brilliant for me to share future projects. If you're interested in future projects yourself, then don't forget to subscribe. If you've already subscribed, I just want to say thank you very much. And that's about it, really. I hope you enjoyed this one, guys. Please click the like button and see you next time. Thank you very much and goodbye.